What's poppin', y'all? It's your girl Tyler Illis, and I am back with another video and the first episode of my new podcast called You're That Girl, Act Like It. And today I have my friend Cheyenne here.
Shablam.
And we're going to be talking about part one of our testimonies because we are still living the things that we're going to talk about eventually. So,
And that's true.
Yes. How are you doing today, Cheyenne?
I'm a little tired. I'm a little annoyed. But you know what? I'm here and I'm alive.
Amen. I'm glad that you were here.
I'm also glad that you're here.
Oh my God, thank you. So, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have an outline for today's episode because I feel like a testimony has to be real, it has to be raw. Like it can't be rehearsed because we want it to be as authentic as possible. Okay. So I feel like you said you wanted to talk about your college experiences, so maybe we'll start there.
Okay.
So like what year? Are we talking like freshman year?
Oh, in totality?
Yeah, like where do you want to start? Like what's the peak experience?
Well, my school shut down. So if we want to start there. We can start with my school. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. So my school shut down. The years blend together. I don't have a good memory. But I think it shut down in 2024. Spring of 2024 was the last semester. And the year of 2023, that fall semester, I was like, I'm not really feeling it. Like my grandma, she's not declining, but you know, if I'm not there, she tends to be more stubborn because I'm not there to talk to her, be like, grandma, take your meds, grandma, da-da-da-da-da-da. Right. So I was like, okay, I need to go home and then I'll finish out school. I can do like a semester online and still be in school and still get FAFSA and do all the things and blah, 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 but be closer to home. And then as I was thinking about all of that, the school came out and said, hey guys, so funny story.
Little thing happened.
Well, actually we found out from the news. We found out from so like it's the week of finals week. It's like December. A news article comes out that says the school is voting on whether to shut down. The next day we get an email from the president saying, guys, I know we all saw the article.
Right.
Don't worry about it. We're going to have a school-wide meeting on Friday and we're going to discuss everything. And then the next day, an article came out that said the school voted to shut down.
Oh,
and then we got another email from the president saying, hey guys.
So no meeting.
I know you all saw the article. Yes, we are shutting down. We're still going to have that meeting though.
Right.
We're still going to have that meeting.
Even though we're shutting down.
But you girls are all invited to the meeting. We're all going to have a meeting. We're all going to talk about it.
Right. We're going to get some pizza.
No pizza.
No pizza.
We all met in the auditorium of one of the music building. And she came out and she was like, guys, no one is more devastated as me about the school shutting down. And we're all like, boo. We booed her. We were just like, because what do you mean the school's out of money? What do you mean the school has money? You're telling me that the school, you ran out of the endowment and all that other stuff, and you ran out of this, and you don't have this, you don't have that, and you knew all of this for how, because this doesn't happen overnight.
Is this, wait, it couldn't be a CUNY, it was like a SUNY
school. No, it wasn't, it was a private school.
Oh.
It had just celebrated its 100th anniversary,
That's so
like 2 years ago. Just celebrated its 100th anniversary. The news of we're losing money doesn't happen overnight. Like, it's not like that week they found out, oh my gosh,
so
they opened the chest of money. It's all gone. What are we going to do? Like, you knew that this is happening.
Right.
You didn't tell anybody.
But you want to be like.
And you accepted new students knowing that you probably wouldn't have been able to finish out the school. So, just digressing. Anyway, so all of that happened. Boo, 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 boo. She immediately runs from that meeting. Kids block her car so she can't get in her car. I wasn't doing the blocking of the car, but kids blocked her car. She couldn't get in her car.
I don't support the act, but I understand it because there's no way you can't say you didn't know because that's the problem. The lack of communication between people, especially when it comes to finances, is crazy. Sorry, continue that.
So they did that. Yeah. She ran to a meeting that she was having with all the faculty and staff, right, which was in a different building. So me and my friend said, let's go to the meeting. So we all went to the meeting. Security let us in. Because what do you mean? We're all losing our jobs.
Right.
Let us in. We sat in the front row. The provost was there and the president and they allowed the teachers to ask questions, but we couldn't ask questions.
Wow.
The students in the other meeting couldn't ask questions. So teachers were like, so what about ABCD? They're like, oh, we're not gonna have severance packages for you guys. We're gonna have insurance for you guys leading up to the end of the year.
Oh.
And you know what? That's our bad. And you know what?
That's our bad.
That generalizing of like, you know. And then there was a point at which it stopped becoming questions and started becoming teachers being like, y'all are crazy.
Right.
and being like, how could you do this? And da-da-da-da, and this, that, and the third.
Well, yes.
And my friend recorded all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt really good. And then the following week, they had a meeting with the students where they were allowed to ask questions, and at some point it stopped becoming asking questions, and then people would come up to be like, we deserve an apology, and ABC. And then the big thing was the school had a big nursing program. Like a lot of the students there were going to be teachers or nurses. That was like the biggest, like come to the school to be a teacher or nurse. And they found out that the program that they were attending was not accredited.
No, so when you go to another school, you got to start over? Oh, no.
So that was the big thing.
That's the problem with transferring in and out of schools, because you never know if your major is going to be, like you said, accredited.
So that was the big thing. So
God.
all that happened. I organized a protest because we were mad. And news outlets came. We stood outside in the rain for like 3 hours.
Wow.
Outside of the president's building.
Okay.
With sign like
that sounds like an episode of Different
there
World.
was maybe like 24 of us just outside, just pissed. We like traveled around school. We wrote like it was. I felt very proud of that. But you know, after the school shut down, I had a gap semester where I was just like, now what do I do? Kind of just sitting at home, don't have a job.
So like in the midst of feeling that, because that kind of feels like limbo a little bit. How did that make you feel?
I just kind of felt like listless. I was like, kind of just hanging around, just in my room, just bed rotting, because
bed rotting before it was a thing.
Bed rotting before it was a thing. I have these credits that I'm not in school right now. I don't know where I'm gonna go. The school that I had attended was the only place I wanted to go to. I didn't want to go away again because that's expensive. Yeah. I have all this debt now because it was a private institution, not SUNY, so I don't get any extra scholarships, stuff like that.
Right.
You know, kind of just I felt like I was a burden on my parents because I'm just sitting here doing nothing. And my godfather, who in like the weeks leading up to the school shutting down, I was calling him a lot because I was feeling anxious. My time at that school was not good for me academically. It was great for me like friendship wise, but I was feeling anxious about a lot of things, and my academics weren't good. I was failing classes. I was just not in a good place.
Did you feel like your foundation to get to there, like academically, was crumbling a little bit?
So it was coming out of COVID, because I went to school fall of 2021. So, you know, my whole life gifted and talented class, right? I'm like, papers, whatever, math. I hated math, but I was passable at it.
Right.
Getting 4s on my report card because that was the scale before A's and B's,
whatever.
God,
I remember that.
4s on my report card.
You were a 4 student?
I was a 4 student. I was like, boom, SATs, boom, done. AP exams, boom, done. I was great. COVID happens. Everything shuts down. Now my structure is gone, right? Because for the past however many years, it's get up at 6 a.m. to get to class.
Excelsior.
Get up at 6 a.m. to get to class by 8, do all your schoolwork, do your homework, go to sleep, do whatever, right? That's every single day for however many years, and now that's all gone, and we're doing online classes, and I discovered I don't do well in online classes.
Because now the structure is gone, and everything has completely changed.
And I can just go to sleep, and no one's gonna check on me, because if I'm at school, I go to sleep, hey, wake up.
Right. See, that was my problem too my freshman year. I would oversleep a lot, but because like I would finish my stuff early and just have all this extra time. I was like, what am I gonna do? Video games? No, that's boring. Eat? No, that's boring. Sleep. And nobody's gonna tell me anything. And even my mom's a teacher, so she would be teaching a class. Like she'd be locked in from 8 to 5. So. She'd check on me when she has like a lunch break. But other than that, it's like, I'm kind of on my own, even though we're literally right next door. You know what I'm saying?
So, didn't do well. I'm like, it's not for me. Discovered that I could just not go to class. And then they'd call and be like, your child wasn't in class. And then I would just delete the voicemail because.
Wait, this was in finishing up high school.
Yes, this is my senior year of high school.
Why are they calling?
Can you imagine?
No. Kind of
so
school.
This is backtracking a little bit. So I discovered that I wasn't good in online classes, and then because of that, it was just like I lost just and my structure also included going to church on Sunday every Sunday. And my mom, they changed the structure now at the church I go to, but she serves in the sign language ministry. So when you serve in the ministry, you have to sit for a service and absorb the word, and then you serve whoever you're serving in the second service. So if you work, let's say you're doing security at the church, right? You sit and you do praise and worship and you listen to the word for one service from like 8 to 10, and then at 10 a.m. you're doing your job.
Okay.
So you're there.
It's still kept fair.
Yes. Okay. So you're there. I was there because I went with my mom from 8 to like noon.
Wow.
So I'm there, and there's like second service. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go across the street, get breakfast, and I'm gonna read, do my homework, whatever. But that was part of the structure.
But now, did it move to online?
When they were still figuring things out, it was like we don't know what we're doing, right? So when I went away, I was away from church. So my structure.
Ooh, so it was really. It went from cement to sand.
I was in the trenches. I was in the trenches. My foundation was not built on a solid rock. So it was bad. It was really bad. And I started calling my godfather to be like, yo, my school's shutting down. Right? And he was like, wow, look at God shutting down a school so you can go where you need to go. That's what he said to me.
Perspective.
And so at the time I was like, in my head, I'm like, Uncle Brian, that's a crazy thing for you to say. Why?
Well, yes, in that moment, it's like I don't want to hear anything rational right now. I need you to agree with me.
Not even like, oh, that was like a rational thing. I'm like, all these people just lost their jobs. My life is over.
Like, how are we not collectively crashing out?
I got 30,000 just debt. I'm like, I'm like failing in school. And you're like, look at God. He's what?
It's like several gun punches, and then somebody's like, here's a Band-Aid. No, I need stitches.
Where? Look, God, where is God in this? I don't understand. What are you talking about?
He's sitting in the trenches.
I didn't see
you didn't clock.
Now, in 2026,
you see he was in the trenches with you.
Not even that I see that he was in trenches with me. I see that, oh yeah, I did need to leave.
Yeah. I'm glad you did.
Because now I'm here.
Yes.
4.0.
Hello.
I got all these friends. I'm in MSP.
Shout out MSP.
Shout out MSP. I have a job now.
Amen.
I have a job that's not tied to my grades.
Well,
I have active income. I'm paying my tithes. I'm back in church now because I'm back home.
I need to start paying my tithes. See, this is what I need a new church. And you see, like the church I want to go to, they have a building now, but I don't think that's their final place. I want to lock in when they got their place.
Don't do that.
What do you mean?
Don't do that. No, I'm locking when they got, no.
No, I mean, I still get my Bible study and my word, and even without going to the physical building.
Go into a building. You need to be in a building with the people of God.
The people of God.
You need to be with the people. But I called my godfather again recently, and I was like, he talked again about my school shutting down and everything, and like at the time I couldn't see that he called it redirection, like this redirection. You were like, this is crazy. Everything's going on. This is all chaos. And now that I'm back in the direction I need to go, I'm like, oh, you're supposed to be over there in the first place.
Right.
Like, your GPS, I'm like, where am I? You go, now I'm chilling.
Right.
I feel like mentally I'm in a better place, spiritually I'm in a better place, financially I'm in a better place, emotionally I'm in a better place, physically I'm in a better place.
So everything just got better when God redirected you.
Everything got better when God redirected me.
He was like,
because I need a redirection.
He was giving you the runaround, but no,
yes,
redirected.
Something that my pastor, I don't know when he talked about this, but he talks about gardening and pruning, right? Pruning. If you're a tree and someone's coming over here with shears, you're like, why?
What are you doing? I know what you are.
What are you doing? get the scissors away from me. And it's like, no, I'm helping you because you have all these dead limbs.
And you don't need them.
You don't need them. I'm trying to help you like grow. There's a thing that I saw that, you know, my mom and I, we grow a garden every spring and summer. It's mostly tomatoes. Like Tomato Alley, that's what I call it. It's the side of our house has like 9 or 10 Home Depot like 5-gallon pots, gallon like, you know, things. Yeah. Then they each have like 3 tomato plants each and like marigolds and stuff. Right? I
used to do that with my grandmother's watermelons.
We can't grow watermelons.
It's so hard.
It don't work.
No,
because creatures be just. We go outside, we check, we see like little teeth marks. We're like, oh, just. But going back to the point, it's like my mom. She, you know, you cut down. If you see a plant that you just planted and it's flowering already, you cut the flower off. It's like, well, why are you doing that? It's producing stuff. Yes, but the stem isn't strong enough to hold up.
Right.
So you cut down on the growth so that it focuses on strengthening its main thing.
Because that way it'll last longer.
That way it'll last longer and produce bigger and stronger fruit because the stem is stronger. So all that to say,
yeah.
Redirection and pruning may hurt. You may be confused, and you may not understand. And you're like, "Yo, what's going on? I don't understand." You're asking for guidance. You're like, "Yo, God, I know that you can see that this is not okay.
Right.
So I'm looking for you to come fix it." And he's like, "I'm fixing it right now."
Right.
Why can't you see that?
I'm not fixing it the way that you think I'm gonna fix it, but I'm fixing it.
It's actually currently already fixed, and you're just in the midst of it. I'm like, oh, you just need to catch up to me. It's already fixed. I've already fixed it. So you just need to relax.
That's so funny.
Why is it funny?
Because I was talking to my therapist yesterday, and she was telling me about tunnel vision and trying not to focus on just the negative and kind of redirecting yourself in different parts of it, because it's like your tunnel can become a maze, and if you go down different paths, you'll see different perspectives and views of what God is fixing or what God is doing, how he's been active in the background.
He's just waiting for you to relax and be like, didn't I tell you? And then you come out of it, you're like, oh, you were fixing it.
Right, this was here the whole time.
He was like, I told you. You don't listen.
I'm sorry. I know I'm a crash out. Sorry.
But yeah, so that's my little 2-bit.
A little 2-bit. Okay.
I'm sorry that took like 15 minutes.
No, that's perfectly fine because it correlated very well. I don't even know where to go from there. Wow. Okay.
But that's
I'm glad you made it on the other side and you're continuing to grow.
Yeah, yes. And I feel like, and the other thing is, I don't feel, I guess, ashamed to tell that story now, because I used to be like, yo, like, when I was home, people be like, oh, what happened? How's school? And I was like, well, school is school.
School is school.
It's fine. Everything's fine. But now I'm like, yeah, school's good. I'm like, I'm like, I have a job. I have work. I'm going to school. I have classes that I like.
Blessed and highly
favored. And I'm figuring out like what I want to do. And the other thing was, when I was at my school, I didn't understand what I wanted to do. Like, I went to school originally for journalism, and I took one class, and I was like, no.
This is not it.
No. So then I switched to TV productions, because I took a camera class, and I was like, this is the way. And I thought I wanted to be... This is the way. Yeah. I thought I wanted to do like photography, videographer stuff there. And then I did like a short film, and I was like,
The one that you showed us?
I don't know which one did I show you.
The one with the cauliflower.
That was one of them, but I also did.
That lives rent free in my head.
Does it actually?
I just want to let you know, it's like in the frontal lobe. It's like right here.
I kind of want to redo that one because I know I can do better. But I did some things, and I was on the TV club there. And I was like, do I want to do editing? Do I want to do lighting? Do I want to do... And I got here, and I took cinematography, and I was like, oh, lighting is fun. But I was like, I don't know what to do. What do I want to do? I don't know. But talking with, Waz and Paul, and even Caroline, I was like, oh, I like working behind the scenes, so I thought that meant being behind the camera stuff. But there's even behind the scenes. So I think I want to do more of a producing role.
I was going to say, I've always seen you as the producer type, because you just have that, like, managerial vibe.
Which is crazy because I'm not an organized person at all.
Are any of us?
My room is a mess.
So
well, it was. My room was a mess.
By the grace of God. See, my cousin told me that a woman's room is a representation of her mind.
So my mind is a mess.
And I'm like, that's the most... Wait, what is it? Not authentic. Profound thing you have said.
My mind is a mess. Your mind is a mess. My mom's mind is not a mess, apparently, because her room is
My
immaculate.
mind is an organized mess. So much so that I understand it.
My room was just
My
a mess.
room is the same way. It's clean underneath the mess.
No, my room was just a flat out mess. Like every day, my mom's coming like, "My Cheyenne, clean your room, clean your room, clean your room, clean your room." New Year's Eve, I was like, okay. Actually, was it New Year's Eve or like the week before New Year's Eve? I was like,
you
okay.
Do that too? You had to clean the entire house.
This is the first time I've ever done it. Where I went to my room, I call it the abyss because there's a space between my bed and the wall that like clothes,
if you fall down there, who knows
clothes, garbage, bottles, blah blah. I pulled my bed. Oh, like I blocked the door so I couldn't leave. I was like, "You're gonna clean this room today." I blocked the door. I swept. I had like 4 bags of garbage of like clothes that I had like 2 bags of like clothes that I donated, like shoes, garbage. I had like bottles. At least like
say you were pruning your space?
I was pruning my space. So now that I had all this space, I was able to move the air conditioner behind my bed so I have more space, like entryway walk-in. I bought myself a desk.
Okay.
I bought myself an office chair.
Okay.
So
That's what you're that girl. Act like it.
And I wasn't acting like it, but now I am. Now all my electronics are on my desk. I can practice my calligraphy. I have all
She's
this
a calligrapher,
space. I'm a calligrapher. I do make cards. I'm working on I'm not working on a website, but I'm putting it out there that I'm working on a website. For my, I guess, crafts. Because I'm also gonna do, I guess, my crocheting there, because I have my laptop. I have my laptop set up there. My mom's friend just moved away to England, so she gave us everything she ever owned. Wow. So now I have a Blu-ray player.
Okay. You should open a store called Cheyenne's Crafts and Things.
Well,
Cheyenne's Crafty Things.
Crafty thing. I on the back of the cards that I've made people so far, I've put shablam.co as the.
I love that.
But it's someone owns someone owns shablam.com, which is it makes me sad.
So shablam.net, shablam.org.
Shablam.org. Shablam.net.
www.shablam.
Shablam. But yeah, that's this new year is going great for me so far because I have my credit card, so I'm planning things in the future, right? I've bought things that I've paid for already. Like that's like I feel like I'm going away next week to see my friend, and like I'm like, oh, I don't have to pay for a ticket because I bought it like 3 months ago because I have a credit card now.
Oh, speaking of, how was the dog show?
That's Saturday.
Oh, that's this Saturday. Oh, okay.
I'm so excited. The Westminster Dog Show.
That's not the one that plays after the parade, right?
The parade.
Thanksgiving Day parade.
No.
Okay.
So they just had the dog show, I think sometime earlier this week, and a Doberman Pinscher was named as Best in Show, and that's like the first Pinscher to be named Best in Show in like 40 years. So it was history making. So then I guess all the dogs are still in town for like a week, so I get to see all the dogs. I'm so excited.
Let me know how it goes, and then I'll register
I'm
Pebbles.
so excited to be
I think she has star potential. I do. She can't listen. She's still a baby. She's about to be 1 year old in April. Shout out to Pebby. Yes, it's my little baby.
Pebbles in a dog show. She'd be tweaking.
I know she would, and she would be a tweaking star.
Count, Pebbles. She'd count. And she'd be like, what? But she's funny. She would just be barking at every single thing that came across her. But I'm voting for Pebbles. Pebbles for president.
Pebbles. She would do a splendid job.
She would do a splendid job.
Because she'd be like, okay, all owners must stay home for 1 week straight to cuddle with their dogs. That is the end of my statement. Thank you. I'll see you next year.
I'll see you next year. That's it. Madam President.
Do they get paid? No, that's not her concern. All she wants is for all the owners.
Rip.
We'll get compensation. How about that?
Yeah, it's like
insurance.
It's paid time off.
Maybe like every other week.
Okay.
Yeah, because you got to have something to come back to, you know? Okay. 3 months straight.
Of paid time off?
No leaving the house. You just with your dog. Every other week you get paid. So the same biweekly pay.
Okay.
I feel like that's what she would do because whenever my mom comes home, and as soon as she sits down, she's on her lap and it's like, if you move, it's gonna be an issue.
Right.
She does the same thing to me. Like I'll sit on that chair that's in my dining room, and she just loves to sit right here on my shoulder. And she's like,
on your shoulder?
On my shoulder.
That's crazy.
Because like the top of the chair is level. Yeah. No, not like she just hops up and chills like a parrot.
I'm like, what?
I know.
She's what? She's sitting on your shoulder?
Yeah,
but I'm thinking of a different chair. But I see the chair now.
You see the chair now? Mm-hmm. The concept.
The concept of a chair.
Right.
Yeah.
You love that. Okay. Dang, I don't know what story to tell. There's so many.
Shablam.
I don't know. Okay, ask me a question and maybe it'll give me an idea.
Ask you a question. Any question ever?
Any question ever, because like I said, I have a lot of stories, and anything regarding relationships is not for today's episode. I'll say that.
Okay. Well, I definitely was gonna ask you about that because.
We don't have time for that today. That's a long conversation.
I definitely was gonna ask you about that.
You can do friends if you want.
Well, you said no relationships, and
no, I said like
making caveat. Relationships or relationships? Sure.
Well, whatever you want.
I don't know. This is too much pressure.
Well, okay. For your topic, for your story, we talked about how your foundation changed.
Yeah. And then you say something, and then you continue that thought because what I don't.
Okay. Well, my foundation has changed. My foundation is changing right now. Like.
And elaborate on that.
Okay. So. And elaborate on that. Right.
Where are you going with that?
I don't know. Ever since I got back from Fierstein, it's like my mindset has just dramatically shifted.
How did Fierstein?
Fierstein was not the catalyst. Actually, no. Fierstein itself was not the catalyst, but being away for 7-8 hours a day, for that long away from here, was different.
And for those who don't know, Tyler Fierstein is a camera thing that she went to where she was in Brooklyn.
Yes, the Fierstein Graduate School of Cinema.
That. She was in.
I went there a couple of days a week for an internship. And it was a really good experience. What I learned from it, like the whole point is to learn how to be a first or second AC. What I learned is what I definitely do not want to do.
LMAO.
I am a director. But I'm glad that I learned all the different like parts of the camera department. So like, because I've seen behind the scenes of how like some directors talk to the camera department, and it's like, that's still a human being. Right. You know, so now I feel like I have more empathy towards like the stresses that come with each individual position. I feel like a second AC goes through the most. Yes. And a first AC talks directly with the DP. So they communicate a lot of what everybody else below them is trying to do. So like, ask them a question, let's get an answer, solution. Okay, here's a report back. They're kind of like the coffee intern in my book, which is kind of crazy. It depends on what studio lot you're working on. I feel like if you're with like Netflix, you'll be pretty good. Like you'll be well taken care of. Really? That's how I feel. Because
I feel like Netflix would treat their employees like garbage, bro.
Don't have Netflix coming after me.
I'm just saying, like,
I don't know, the content that they release, the movies, the shows.
Sure, like they release good stuff, but as a company that employs people,
I feel like compared to Warner Brothers, I feel like Warner Brothers is a little. I don't even know how we got here.
We were talking about Fierstein.
Oh yes, we were talking about Fierstein.
And how you changed your mind about what you wanted to do and how your stuff was changing. You said it wasn't the catalyst, and then you started going on to it.
But yeah, I feel like, to finish that thought, I feel like Warner Brothers is a little tougher than Netflix. I feel like when it comes to being a drill sergeant and being like kind of militant to how you want things done, and seeing how like the content kind of either progresses or suffers because of that. Yeah, Warner Brothers. Especially now, like back in the day, it was better, but now it's like, because Warner Brothers does like specifically like DC movies, right?
They're not like specifically like
I know
Warner
they did
Brothers owns
Superman.
they own DC,
Yeah,
but you know.
and I know Paramount is trying to buy them right now. Let's not even get started on Disney. We're not gonna talk about it. I read that somewhere. I could be wrong. It could just be speculation.
No, is it Warner Brothers? Because I
Or
know
is
it's
it Son-
HBO.
it can't be
Is Warner
Sony.
Brothers?
It is.
It's Warner Brothers.
It is.
Okay. Thank you, Anonymous.
Thank you, Anonymous.
Okay.
But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So my perspective of my foundation and where I was going and what I was just doing with my life changed when I kind of broke away from my usual routine. So being out there around like a different group of people was very interesting for me because I'm just like, you really see how people grew up and how their work ethic is when they're under pressure. And I saw that from so many different kinds of people from like all over. Like people came in from Phoenix, California, coming to do this internship, and then when they got
Where were
here,
they staying? That's not important.
like friends and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it worked out in their favor, but it's just like when they got there, it wasn't exactly what they were expecting because they were hoping to kind of, get a job at the end of it. And it's like, that's what it was. It's supposed to be like that. Like we had a networking event not too long ago. Nobody showed up. Me and one other person.
Rip.
I kind of saw that happening. It was a great program. It's just, getting there was a lot. But for me, going there and doing this independent act, it was worth it because I grew up in a sheltered environment for the sake of, parents want your kids to be safe. But my dad always gave me the foundation of being independent, like how he raised my brothers. And my mom was the one that wanted me, private school and, do the extracurricular activities because it's good memory, stuff like that. So it balanced itself out. And getting back into the independence of it all and going to Brooklyn and just experiencing different parts of New York for myself, I was like, wow, this the world is beautiful. And I got a lot of time to think, surprisingly, with all the noise going on. The noise in my head was finally quiet.
Right, because I don't know if you said you did Bible study while you were on the train going there or coming.
Yeah, I did. I would just watch videos. I would read prayers because there was really nothing else to do. It was an hour ride to get there. So doing that and having the noise of New York in the background, but the noise in my head was quiet for once. Because I'm the kind of person, I describe the inside of myself as a black hole that is impossible to be filled. Hence why I do so many different projects, which I do finish my projects.
You just working.
I do. I'm a workaholic a little bit.
Stop.
But but it's weird because I also procrastinate. And I have periods of laziness, but when I have my periods of laziness, it's when I can afford to be lazy. Okay. But I don't get slumped because I know being lazy is a sin. Being actively I'm not gonna do anything today. Anything. Right. I try when I'm in a state of I need to rest, I'm gonna be lazy. I'm gonna sleep an extra hour, that kind of lazy. And just being away gave me that chance. And then when I came back, I'm like, okay, we gotta turn my life on. We gotta do something different because the way that I'm feeling, I felt like I was gonna crash out every day, and I'm like, this is not me. How did we get here? So I had to do kind of a revelation period and be like, okay, we need to retrace our steps. It was kind of like a police crime scene board. You know how they do with the
red string and the
red
thing?
string. I'm like, okay, and it was just me in the middle. I'm like, okay, how did we get here?
So because I'm trying to track your thinking.
The concept.
So, but the concepts. So before Fierstein, you were like, shablam, right?
I was like shablam.
You were fine, and then
I was okay with crashing out.
So
basically.
you were okay with crashing out, and then your time by yourself,
funny.
meditating and doing all that stuff on the train. After that period, you were like, oh,
this is not okay.
Got you. I'm there now.
Yeah, and then when I came back and I reconciled with you guys, because you guys put me on to a new perspective of what life can be, what friendship can be. and what I was going through, as you know, I used to be a really bad communicator. I won't own up to that because I used to feel like I couldn't share my true thoughts and feelings with a lot of different people because I don't like to argue. I don't like the yelling. I don't like the screaming.
Being a bad communicator and then having a podcast.
I know, no, because it's going to force me to be a better communicator. And I've been doing a lot better because I realized to communicate, you don't have to argue with somebody. And I was surrounded by that. Like, just having to argue with a lot of people just to get a simple point across. And it's like, no, that's not a way to live. That's not okay. And like I said, talking to you guys about it, and just when I talked it out and said it out loud, the more I realized it wasn't okay. And I thank you guys for validating my feelings on that and making sure, like, I'm not crazy. Yeah, so shout out to Fierstein for giving me the opportunity to
shout out Brooklyn College.
Shout out Brooklyn College, yeah. So then I realized, okay, I gotta get it together, or else.
And did you get it together?
I'm still getting it together.
Okay.
But I'm much farther along than I thought I was gonna be. Because you saw me back in the day. I was like,
back in the day. Back in the day, she says, meaning last year.
Well, there was a dramatic shift, as you know. I used to pull up to work wearing like snapbacks and like I was swagged out. I mean, I'm still swagged out right now.
I just need clarification.
I think you came in the middle of the transition. Or at the beginning. Maybe.
I'm just so
Dee would know more about it because she was there from the
back
beginning.
In the day when you were still swagged out. Meaning what? And then now
okay,
the transition into what? Okay, you transitioned from being swagged out to what?
Swag and serve.
And so there's something wrong with being swagged out?
No, there's nothing wrong with being swagged. Okay. Let me give clarification. I used to primarily date girls.
Okay.
So being swagged out, meaning like how a stud would dress. Like,
okay.
That's what I mean by being swagged out.
That's
being
so
swag is
that...
there's nothing wrong with being swagged out. I'm just saying I have entered into my soft girl era because that's a part of myself that I was afraid to access. What? Oh my god. What I'm saying is
because okay, the thing to me is I'm not fashion girly by any standards. You dress the same, right?
I do, but my mindset of what my fashion can be has changed.
Okay.
Because I never used to wear my hair like this.
You going, yeah, swagged out this. I'm like, but what? You wear the same pants. I don't understand. What are you talking about?
Well, because there's still parts of my clothing that I like, but there was just, I used to try to fit a standard and wear things to please the like other people. Like
I just thought you were doing New York swag. I was like, oh, she's just.
Well, yeah,
she's
I'm always gonna.
Yorker.
Well, yes, I'm always gonna do New York swag.
She's just
there,
wearing her Tims
there were
for
just
the
some
Tims.
things that I wore and some things that I did, some ways that I acted to please others.
Okay.
So that's what I mean.
So your mindset of being swagged out has changed to swag.
Yes, now, like it's a genuine swag instead of I'm putting on a costume.
Cool. Got it.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad we got there. Because again, nothing wrong with being swagged out because New Yorker over here, we love being swagged out. But I never tried to access, swag and serve. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're that girl, act like it. And like I never locked into that until now.
Okay. Yes, it is. If you think about it for 2 seconds.
I know.
This is funny. And they're laughing at home.
They're laughing at home.
And they are.
I'm glad that brought you joy. What I'm saying is, again, we love swag. But it's like swag. My idea of swag was a character. And I was tired of playing a character. I just wanted to be me.
Got it.
And I'm now accessing different parts of myself that I never accessed before for fear of, I guess, not fitting in, because people would try to often tell me just randomly in conversation, like, who or what I am. And they were saying it like very often. And every time they would say it, something in me would pull. Just like, that's like not, it's not for me. That's, I don't know. It just really sat weird with me. And I'm just like, okay, I don't think this is not okay. I just kept saying in conversation in like my head, I would hear people and talk to them. I'd be like, that's not okay. Like, this is like, that's something I used to think that was normal. And I allowed it because I had no conviction, discernment. Like, the way that my mindset has drastically changed. Like, if I was to go back there and look at myself 2-3 years ago, like in 2023, that was like the height of my swagged out character. I call that alter ego Taylor. Like, she was at the forefront of my mind, just kind of just controlling.
Oh, I didn't know you then.
You didn't?
No.
That was a year before I met you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's all making sense. I'm like, what are you talking about?
You remember in Inside Out 2, like anxiety, how anxiety took over?
Sure.
That's what it was.
Taylor was anxiety.
Taylor is anxiety. She's still in here.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. She was out yesterday. I'm going to tell you right now because she made me crash out in a bad way for no reason. And then, like, my therapist was like, but see, she's always going to be a part of you. And I'm like, you're right. You know, she's the reality side of me. But at the same time, it's like, she's the one that tries to seek happiness in things and people. But the Tyler that has joy, it comes from the Lord. You know, and nobody can steal that. And for every day that I feel on the urge of having anxiety, having doubts, fears, I always have a rebuttal of what I've learned in the Word to bring me back to that joy. And it happens a lot quicker now. And I'm proud of myself for that. Like, it's just automatic. Like, if I see something on the news or something that bothers me, I'm just like, and I feel my heart start to pump really fast. I'm just like, wait, faith that works is dead. Right, Joshua 1 verse 9, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid because God's with you wherever you go. And I'm just like, you have the answers. I've always had the answers, man, my entire life. I never put them into action because I didn't know how. You know, because I don't know if I used to go to church when I was a kid when my grandma was alive. And when she passed away, I just kind of stopped.
So going.
Yeah. That and my church I'm technically United Methodist. So like in United Methodist, the pastors change at any point in time. So like the pastor that I connected with was like 6 pastors ago. So if I go back there now, I don't know who you are. Not to say I can't connect, but it's just like I went to a couple of services once and I just wasn't feeling it. But when I went to the Well Church, when they had the services here at JPAC, I really enjoyed myself. Okay. The service was only 2 hours long. It was great. It was at 2:00 in the afternoon. Oh. I think because they were trying to like see who would show up, and they had a decent crowd.
Because it was at 2:00 in the afternoon.
I know. I'd rather get up early though, because I want to keep the Sabbath holy again. I really want to do that. Because in my house, Sunday is meal prep day, so it's like busy from like 9 to 3. It's like a job. And my mom is the one that cooks, and I try to help with the dishes and stuff in between. But I'm hoping that we can get back to keeping the Sabbath holy. Because like when I read why we should do it, it's literally why people have self-care days. It's to kind of bring you back to get started into the week, to go into the week with better intention. So that's kind of where my foundation is at. I'm trying to literally break down the Bible chapter for chapter, word for word, and see where in my life can I fit these puzzle pieces.
Valid.
Because like I still feel that black hole, but now it's not sucking in everything in its path. It's more like it's just empty. It's not active.
Okay.
But I'm waiting to be filled with the right things now.
Word. Capital W, the word.
Sublime.
Sublime.
I think that's pretty much it for me. For now, we're still living the testimony, so we'll be back with another part soon.
Sublime.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning into my new podcast. You're that girl, act like it. And to the guys, you're that guy, act like it.
Sublime.
And thank you, Cheyenne, for being here.
Of course.
Shout out to Ed. Thank you for being here as well.
As anonymous.
As anonymous. And I will see you guys next time. Stay blessed.